Oh, yes, I've got it. Yes, eating balsa? No, we are not. I'm just covered in balsa today. Oh, yes, it's part 12 of the Tony Nighthouse Harrier. Yes, it is the GR7 Harrier. Let's get sculpting. Let's get that feeling. Okay, before we start making the tail section, we're keeping the actual fuselage as clean as possible while I can mess about. There's little bits and pieces that I need to put in that I'm going to try and do today, because the back tail section hopefully should be quite straightforward. Now you've got the nozzle area here, so you've got these nozzles that are 3D printed that you can get with the kit as an extra, same as the cheeks as well. Now before here, there's this little section here. It's kind of like a scoop, and then there's a piece of balsa in the middle here, as you can see, and it kind of starts off. It starts off thin and then works its way to quite big with a curved shape. So all these little bits and pieces. Then we've got this bottom piece here, which is actually on the full scale Harrier. But there's two of these that act as kind of like when you throw it. So there's that to build as well. If we can bring this across, you can actually see that on the planes here. So this here is the, let's bring it up a bit so we can see it a bit more. There we go. So this bit here is what it looks like. So that will kind of sit, not that way, it will sit that way. Sits like that this way. Now this does confuse me, the end view. Why does the end view look like that? I don't know. So I'm not sure what this end view is. I really am confused. I know I'm easily confused. What is the end view? Side view. Okay, so with side view we know that this is side. So how can that look like the end? I don't get it, because the end here actually it forms the cheeks. A bit confused on this one, so I'm just going to go with the flow anyway. So if you can see here, this will align with the cheeks. That goes here, so you've got to this piece here will form this. So what I've done, it says use 12.5mm, so I have made a sandwich. I will make it so it's flat first of all, and then I'll cut that section out there for either side, port and starboard. As you can see, I've just been filling some bits and pieces that I've got to rub down, which is all lovely jubbly. Okay, so I think the best thing is, rather than cutting more stuff out, this seems to be a kind of simple, well, not simple, but an easier shape to follow. So I just need to cut out the, well, first of all I need to draw on the tracing paper to get the correct outline, which hopefully will be fine now. I mean, yeah, I think it's the best way to do it anyway. I know there's a lot of you who said different ways and stuff like that, and do it with cardboard and stuff like that. I think it's just whatever you're comfortable with. The weather in the UK, this is February, the 7th of February 2025, and the weather is atrocious. Today we got really high winds, high gusts, and then followed by the good old-fashioned British rain. Right, so I reckon that looks like about what we need. There we go. Alright, so this is a bit of paper. Ink paper, should we call it. So it will imprint itself. So if I can get that straight edge on there, so I can see where the straight edge is from here. Like so. I need to be there. In fact, I just want to just be in, just inside. That's it. That's what I need. Because I can always just join it in afterwards. I know this is the wrong, really weird way of doing it, but I thought I'd experiment, and unfortunately I experiment on camera. So I just want to get that so that's edges there and there. Then I'll draw the line across there. Then draw around here. As I say, this would just be a rough, not rough, but yeah, rough shape, because I'll make in a minute the mirrored version. And there we go, ish. So that's what we can do with that. Go over it with pencil again, like so. So that's the sort of shape we've got to get. Okay, so I have cut the bits and pieces out, and they're actually, I think they are the right way actually, the right way up. Are they the right way up, or is it that way? I think it's that way. All I know is that these bits have got to come out. As you can see, I mean, I've probably got to shamp these edges a bit more. That cut's a bit dodge actually, but then again, I'm the worst. Well, that's not the cut that's needed, sorry. That's the nice cut. So yeah, that's the nice cut, and that's the nice cut. Where is it? I don't know. No, yes, that is the nice cut. So that fits together, sort of nice anyway. But yeah, hey, that edge is a bit dodge. But then again, I'm the worst person to cut anything and whatever. So I have done my cutout shape as well. So if we go to this one, so basically that is what I'm using for. So when I'm making the shape, it's got to fit this. It's got to give that a rough guesstimate. As I say, these are non-flying things. They don't affect the flight or anything else. So they're not, you know, perfection, which I doubt it very much because I'm making them. But yes, we'll give it a go. So, but then I find that I'm not coping with this very well. This cutting business. I'm going to need my coping saw. Yes. There's a slight nick there where I took it off. See that is fit there. So just keeping that in mind. And there you go. That's not bad, is it? There's that little nick at the top. Just a bit more finessing. But I'm happy with that. Alrighty, so as the pitter-patter of rain and sleet and some random snow stuff, what's going on outside, is hitting the top of the hanger, we can have a look at this. So this is it fitted. It measured obviously, well not obviously, it measured from the bottom of the middle strut, and then measured around, and that's basically where it goes. I just also figured out that other image where it said, what was it now? It said, if I do this, end view, if I can stop blinding you, end view. The end view is this, so that contour there. So you can obviously make the contour that way, but I thought, well, I'd rather fit it and then sand it to the contour, just because of my crazy lack of skills. And then that kind of fits there with our piece of timber there and another ball there. Another jets, should I say. So, you know, it's going to take off. That's not going to take off, don't be silly. Yeah, so let's shape that out and see what I can, and see what we can do. So I'm going to probably be using my roundy stick of sanding and just, yeah, let's see if we can get that a nice contour, shall we? And there she is, all smooth and contoured in how she's meant to look. There's a bit, I think I'll put a bit more there actually, but you know, finessing and all that. I'm surprised it never came all the way to the bottom. I'm not sure what's going on there, but they're the same size as the drawing. But yeah, I don't know why it just didn't. The contour didn't continue down there. I'll have to have a look actually. If it does, you know, might just put a bit on there just for the fun of it. I don't know. A bit strange, but I've looked, you know, and everything else, and it all sits the same. So obviously I've got one there. And then we're going to have another one along there. I've just got to make the centre point. I haven't got enough balsa to make that centre point, so I'm just going to get some more balsa tomorrow to get that done. I'm annoyed. I'm not sure. I need to look, but every time I see this, it's not all the way to the bottom. But if it is, I'll just get a bit of balsa, which I've got spares of here, and it's just over there actually. I could cut that and fill that in and just mould it in, just so. I don't know, maybe it's meant to be like that, no idea. It does say in to find scrap bits of wood, for 12mm wood, to build the bomb rails, you know, at the bottom. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I've used too much of it or something, but I haven't got enough scrap. So I've got these anyway. These are bits that I get from Sleck, like little packs. So I've cut them down, and then we'll make some bomb rails out of that. So these are just all little bits and pieces, and you know, unfortunately it would have taken too long today and to get the video up and loaded. So it just makes it, and I've got to sit that on the other one side as well. So yeah, back to the drawing. So as you can see, this is the right, does fit. So I'm not sure why that's got whatever. I don't know. Who knows? And then we got this. So if that kind of lines up somehow. Have I glued that wrong? I think I might have, or is it the other way around? It's the other way around, there you go. I think so. Or I might have, no, have I? I don't know. Yeah, I might have glued that wrong. There's a bit missing in there. I might have not done it long enough. Is it that one that's worked? So that starts at that corner, yeah. So the same as well. I made a boo-boo. That should be longer. Well, that's okay, because I'll just use another block on there, sticker block. I've got bits of the scrap bits, which obviously I cut off. I could just stick to there. It doesn't really matter. Just to form that, so then I can form this shape. So I could do exactly the same as before. Do that as an outline, and then have this, draw the outline on there, and then sort of curve it and sand it until it's that, and then have two, and that's my bomb rails. And anything other bits and pieces. So yeah, well, there you go. I did say it'd be a quick one as the camera's still wobbling. I've got to look at these because I measured these correctly. But then again, you know, measure twice, cut once. I don't know what happened there, but it'd be a matter of just adding a block there, which is no big deal. It sands down and everything else. So but yeah, so I'm a bit surprised actually. So if you are making this build, I would say, you know, make sure you've got some other bits of balsa, because I can't see how I'd have extra 12.5mm balsa. I had a bit to do the edges, but interesting, huh? So it's all bits and bobs. So next week, so I'm going to carry on with the bits and bobs, get all the bits and bobs done, and then I'm going to finesse it in bits and pieces. There is the cockpit to do, which is not a big thing. I'm just going to play around with that. The wings have got to be finished. I've got to see my good friend George for that, because it's the trailing edge that's confused me because of the spars, and we'll go into that. The tail, I will get that tail made for next week. We'll get the tail videoed for next week. And I think that's it. That should be it. And then we can start painting it with that sand and seal from Deluxe and get it all hardened a bit and stuff like that. I'm not going to cover it. As I say, the weather is still really rubbish out there, but I'm just more concerned about putting out tons and tons of videos. Oh, seaplane. Yes. But, you know, it is what it is. I only get a day to do that, and it's basically day and film that day. Unless I'm really lucky and I get stuff done in the week. Which this wasn't one of them weeks, unfortunately. But anyway, if it's not snowing or raining or sleeting or windy, max some silly amount of winds where you are, then get out and have some fun. If not, get in the hangar, do a bit of building, you know, just even if it's taking you forever, a bit like my boat. My boat sitting over there, she's waiting, she's going, hello, don't forget about me. Woo. We won't forget about that. We'll get back to the boat and get into that after this has been built, before we go for the next big build for the Lysander. I'd like to get my boat finished for the summer anyway. Yeah, I mean, this has taken a bit of a while, but it's enjoyable. I'm having a laugh with it, and it's I don't know what it is, but when you sculpt balsa to how it's meant to look and it goes well, it's a great feeling. It's just really nice to sculpt, and it just makes it just builds the craft, the aircraft. It just comes to life. As soon as I put them, and then nozzles can't be stuck until afterwards, because obviously I've got to paint and spray and everything else, but they will be stuck on nonetheless eventually. And don't forget, we've got a camo job on this as well if she flies well. Making more work for myself. Just get out and fly, Chris. Well, I can't. It's really bad out there. It really winds, and it's got snow and sleet and everything. What's going on out there? Anyway, stop nattering, Chris. If you get out there, go and have some fun. But be safe, keep safe, and spread that word that you can have fun in RC, and it's fantastic, inside or outside. It's all good fun. Anyway, thanks for popping by for this little bit of a catch up, and you have a good week ahead now. Ta-da.